Have you ever wondered if you're really in ketosis? Well, so did I. After doing some research, I created a video on how to get into ketosis fast, and then I put myself to the test. In this video, I'll share 3 ways you can tell if you're in ketosis, and be sure to stick around until the end when I reveal my results. Trust me, they might surprise you. So am I in ketosis? Let's find out. Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Frank. This channel is my weight loss journey, and my mission here is to help guide you on your weight loss journey. Before we jump into the 3 ways you can measure whether or not you're in ketosis, I want to quickly recap what I did. The first thing I did was reduce carbohydrates. The second thing I did was increase healthy fats. The third thing I did was keep protein intake moderate. The fourth thing I did was I intermittently fasted. The fifth thing I did was exercise, and the sixth thing I did was make sure to stay hydrated, and I used an electrolyte powder supplement to make sure my electrolytes were replenished. The seventh thing I did was monitor whether or not I was in ketosis, and I'm going to share with you in a moment the results of those tests. Whether you've been on the ketogenic diet for some time or you're just starting out, you may be curious to know whether or not you've reached the state of ketosis. The first way to measure whether or not you're in ketosis are you may be feeling or experiencing some of the symptoms of being in ketosis. Some of those symptoms may be weight loss, reduced appetite, increased energy and focus, and digestive changes. I understand that these are symptoms that you may be in ketosis, but I wanted to know for sure whether I was in ketosis. I did lose some weight. However, I didn't experience those other symptoms. So I didn't want to go with this method of telling whether or not I was in ketosis. I wanted to use something that was a little bit more concrete. Your next option for determining whether or not you're in ketosis are to use these ketone strips, which are strips that you use to urinate on, and it provides you a level to determine whether or not you're in ketosis. Now, I conducted some research when I created the video I did previous to this one, and a lot of the experts, or a lot of the people who are leaders in the ketosis or in ketogenic diet, they didn't recommend these as much, at least most of the people I heard. I never really heard good things about these test strips. However, feel free to try them. They're on the inexpensive side, so you may want to go with them at first to see whether or not you're in ketosis, but I didn't feel confident enough to use these as a method of determining whether or not I was in ketosis, so I personally decided not to. However, they are an option, and they're an inexpensive option whether you choose to do so. What I would love to know is if you do purchase these, let me know in the comments whether or not it's working for you, whether you're getting good results using these keto strips. I would love to hear what method you're using to tell if you're in ketosis, as well as the first things I mentioned, like reducing the carbohydrates and increasing the healthy fats. What has worked for you to get you into ketosis? I would love to hear about it in the comments. So on Tuesday, I was frustrated with my weight loss results so far. Not that they've been bad, but I feel like I need to dial in and basically step it up a little bit to start kickstarting my weight loss a little bit more than what I have done already. So I researched a little bit and decided that I really need to get myself into ketosis, and I wanted to learn how, and I created that video, how to get into ketosis fast. I quickly implemented the advice I gave in that video, and I started monitoring my blood ketones with this keto mojo monitor, which is this right here. Okay, so I started doing that. Well, I did it first basically to find out where I was at. So the first time I measured my blood ketones, it came back at 0.2. According to the chart, that I technically was not in ketosis at that point. I decided 24 hours later, it was actually a little less than 24 hours, maybe even 20 hours later, I decided to measure my ketone levels again, and they came in at 0.5. I am in ketosis. Within 24 hours of creating that video and following that advice, I managed to get myself into ketosis. Now, full disclosure, 3 weeks before this, I had been already starting to eat low carb, exercising, depleting my glycogen stores via fasting and whatnot. So I had a little bit of a head start, and I know everyone is different. And this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. But I just wanted to demonstrate that how I got into ketosis. I wanted to really share with you what I ate and how I did it. And I didn't create the video then and there because I actually wanted to give myself one more day of knowing whether or not I was in ketosis. And this morning I tested myself again. This is less than 48 hours of implementing the advice I gave in that video of how to get in ketosis fast. And I came back at 0.9. So my ketone levels are rising and I am in ketosis. If you found value in today's video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel and let me know in the comments what's working for you. I will see you in the next video.